Alright guys, we're still down here at the Forney Museum in Denver, Colorado, and we're going to be taking a look at the car exhibits that they have. Apparently they have a thing right now of Jaguars on display. So I guess it's a special display they've got of Jaguars right now. So we're going to take a look at that in this week's episode of Nick's Collectible Creations. So let's follow the brick road, or the chained road, and see where it leads us. Alright guys, this is the old section of cars right here. 1913 Cadillac right here. This is quite an epic car of the time. Looks like they actually bothered to put a little air filter on the carburetor. And it does have bulbs in the headlights and not gas, acetylene gas, or some other kind of oil burning. Here's an interesting little fella right here. Little bubble car, as it was cutely coined. And that definitely looks like a bubble. I just can't imagine being able to fit into that. I'm really surprised. It's got a broken windshield on that one. Three-wheel Morgan. I believe Jay Leno's got one of these. This is one of those see how it works kind of cars right here. Look at how fancy the top, all the mechanics and electronics of the top there to make it work. That's what they're putting on display here, the folding top, all the hydraulics and wires and all that stuff to make that work there. It's a shame to cut a car up like that though, just for putting it on display to demonstrate how that convertible top works. I wonder if this car has any miles on it. Can't see it though, unfortunately, because we're not on the right side of the yellow brick road here. 1957 Ford Skyliner. Very nice cars. Detroit Electric right here. I believe Jay Leno has one of these as well. Looks like a pretty elegant little car. Put some modern battery packs in that thing, it'd be way cooler than a Tesla. Who needs to go 300 miles an hour in 5 seconds, right? When you got style and class behind you. There's the battery packs that would propel this little guy. They'd probably get maybe 40 miles on that if you're lucky. I don't know, maybe 20. Horseless carriage. That's licensed in California. Was that did Jay Leno donate that? No, he doesn't do that. He's got his own museum. Fabulous Fords. I guess this must be the Ford section, actually, because these all seem to be Fords. $1909 Colorado. There's a knuckle buster for you. The Knuckle Buster Starter. And there's another Knuckle Buster 6000. Knuckle Buster, Thumb Buster. $1905 Model F with a Model C runabout body. Okay. Alrighty then. And this is basically just one step up from the horse-drawn carriage, guys. It's like there's the horse and there's the carriage, and there really isn't much difference between the two, you know, other than the fact that this has its own propulsion, not a horse with a mind. Then we start getting a little more sophisticated, but still, it's basically the same thing. 1906 Pope Turbine. And we get to this guy right here. It's called a Pope Tribune. Not knowing anything about this section, I'm assuming it must have something to do with Ford. I guess not, though. There's a Franklin over there. Let's go look at the Franklin real quick here. That looks pretty cool. What is this guy? This is a Kissel. Model 645. Now that's a nice car. That's a kind of a big car. I mean, there's definitely some mass to that car compared to some of these other ones that these car companies built. I mean, this is a nice car, guys. They've got a little the gunner seat. Oh, it's got two gunner seats. That's your back seats right there, guys. It's got two gunner seats, so running from the law, you can get away maybe after you just rob that bank, right? It's a nice Franklin right here. 1905 Franklin Type A runabout. I can see why they call it a runabout. It's open and it's just kind of meant to get you around town, I guess. You want to go chooching down to the hair salon there, gabbing to your lady friends. I guess this is what you would take. Alright guys, we're going to do a little bit more of a paced tour here, just so we don't keep the video crazy long. And if we see something extremely interesting, we'll give it a little bit more detailed look. This is a nice race car here. I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at that. 4 carburetors on that bad boy. 1932 Auburn, yep. Very nice to see that. It's got a modern PCV valve. This would be good for a modeling project right here. Got a nice, beautiful shot of that engine right there. All right, let's keep the pace on, guys, and let's keep it moving. 1919 Renault. That's pretty cool. It's got the acetylene light still in it. 1907 Nyberg. Yeah, it's a nice car. I think those are acetylene lights. I think that's what they used on those. I'm sure if I'm wrong, someone will correct me. They usually do. Kissel Model 55 Deluxe. Let's see, is this it's a 6-cylinder engine. I'm not sure. I have not seen a steam car yet. I would like to see a steam car. This is pretty rough. But you know what? It's all original, I bet. Well, those seats look pretty damn comfortable, though. Of course, I guess they'd have to be because these things don't have any kind of suspension, really. Car that began the Forney Museum collection, huh? I guess it's kind of a shame that these cars just sit here and rot from the inside with all the oil. And hopefully they drain the fluids out of these things. I mean, it's just a shame that these don't get used. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't think so. I doubt these ever get taken out for a test spin, and that's a shame. Rolls-Royce Phantom 1. Because when these things were donated, they probably ran. But this is kind of an interesting car right here, the Hispano Suiza. It's kind of ugly, and then kind of gaudy, and then also kind of cool. All mixed into one. Very unique for the time period, having basically rectangular lights. You got that double axle rear end on that thing like a tank. Oh, look at that. They do take these things out for a spin. There's one driving through right now. These are pretty fancy cars. Nice old Studebaker, Nebraska, 1958. These are nice trucks. I would not mind having one of these, definitely. It's just so unique compared to it's a V8 too, compared to the Dodges or Fords of the day. Kind of has a look of a Ford on the front of it, but a little bit more manly Ford, a little bit meaner. 1959 Bug. Now that's a pretty Bug. So it does look like they take these out for a spin because they just put that one in right there. So that's good to see. I guess they just kind of decide which one they're going to take out for lunch, maybe. 1953 Studebaker. These are one of my favorite cars. Love that low profile front end nose on these things. And of course, we got the classic Mustang. Always gotta love the Mustang. 1973 302 V8. Only 140 horsepower, guys. Woo. You get some more out of that, but that's a very beautiful color. Very, very nice color. Oh my God, there's a Pacer, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the seats on those things. The seats look like the Vogons, guys. Holy cow. Let me just go ahead and zoom in on that. The seats look just like the Vogons, and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You know, those are oddball cars and they were a real piece of crap back in the day, but I'd like to have one. Put a modern engine in it. That'd be a lot of fun. '60 Lincoln Continental Mark V. And some airplanes over here. I guess we'll throw these into the video real quick. There's not really too many over here. And they got some nice car engines right there, though. We'll go take a look at those real quick. Why not? We're over here. It's a nice little flathead right there. Oldsmobile Rocket. Both looks like a quadrocrat carburetor on it. Nice little straight six. GM. Chevrolet, yep, well, same thing. Chevrolet inline six, yep. Those are bulletproof engines right there. Might not necessarily have the most horsepower, but they definitely get the job done, and they get it done very well. So I'd rather have one of those than the V8 in those older trucks, personally. But easier to work on, you know. I don't need to be going 95 down the interstate. You know, so now we're into the Jaguar section here, guys. And sadly, I'm getting a battery warning on my phone that we are just about out of juice, sadly. So we're going to try to speed this up. Get as much in as we can. Here's a bunch of bicycles over here, guys. I'm just going to take a quick view of this. I apologize, but we are running out of video, sadly. We are running out of battery power, sadly, on the camera, so we're going to have to speed this up. And alright, guys, so I just got a battery warning on my camera here. Down to 5%, so we're gonna have to speed this tour up, guys, because I didn't bring my juice pack. We are, like I mentioned before, in the Jaguar section here, and definitely have some really nice, tasteful cars over here. We'll go buzz over here real quick, and we'll just keep on going as long as I can here, guys. Hopefully we'll get another 10 minutes out of this bad boy, but it is what it is. We've got a lot of beautiful Jaguars here. 1967 Type E. Now these are nice cars. I had a model of one of these. I think it was a Revell monogram kit. 1967. I'm surprised they have this many Jaguars here all in one place. 1970 Type E-Type there. Another blue one right here. This is a 1969. Get a nice shot of all of them there. This is a 1996. They still look good back in 1996. Beautiful interior on these things. It's like immaculate, as it should be, because it's in a museum, right? 1999. This one's license plates, got a license plate on it, so you know it probably gets driven once in a while. 2014. This one, you know this one gets driven because it is currently plated. It's got current tags on it for 2020 on it. So you know that one gets played or driven. So does that one, yeah. All of these are tagged. Maybe they're just on display temporarily, actually. I'll climb behind the steering wheel, but it's chained off, so we ain't gonna be doing that, guys. Old school bus, that's pretty epic. Now that is an epic thing right there. That is something you do not see every day. The old school bus, guys. Look at that chair. Look at that chair. It is literally just a chair, a wooden chair. I guess it's bolted to the floor, but damn. School buses had to ride on, and school bus drivers had to ride on it hard, man. That was some. And another one of those thumb busters there, thumb buster starters. 37 Packard Super 8. Now that's an epic ride right there too. Very nice. All right, let's get this side of the Jaguars here, guys, and then that's going to end up concluding our video, I think, because I'm impressed we've made it this far. And we're going to be having to leave pretty soon because we're getting ready to close, but that's okay. Jaguar Collection. I bet you these are currently owned. I have a feeling these must be currently actually owned by people, and they're just parking it here for the time being to put them on display for the museum, because all of these cars look like they're currently licensed. So, and she said they're currently having a Jaguar display thing going on, so that was their thing right now. They had going on was the Jaguar display. So very nice cars indeed, guys. Probably the entire collection of Jaguars in Denver, Colorado, right here that everyone in this town owns. Oh, okay, guys, here's some old ones. Old Jaguars here, Mark 5s. Drop head coupe. That is a nice car. I mean, that was just... 1950, that still has quite a bit of the old 30s look to it, you know. 1951, I mean, American cars have gone away from those fenders sticking out like that, but no, not Jaguar. They were still into that. They were still into that fenders coming out on the side there thing. (1953) Type C. This is definitely a nice car right here, guys. Alright, I think this is where we're going to end the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Share, like, subscribe. Pleasant, friendly comments down below. And we will see you again on next Collectible Creations. Bye-bye.